Hello!
And welcome. My name's Craig Smith.
And I'm Jacques Tace.
And today we're really excited to present to you one of our power tools that sits within our fantastic new M-Cube range.
This particular model is our ABS 18-volt compact hammer drill, Craig, and I absolutely love this machine.
Yeah, it's a fantastic product. So the idea is we want to take you through this, show you some features and benefits along with some of the accessories. So let's take a quick look. Okay, so like I mentioned before, our 18-volt compact hammer drill sits within our M-Cube range, and that range is something we launched earlier on last year.
I actually remember that launch, Craig. It was quite an impressive launch, but what makes the M-Cube range so fantastic?
Yeah, so it all actually comes down to the battery system and battery technology we're currently using. Okay. So currently within our range, the M-Cube range that is, we offer 3 different battery sizes. All 3 are 18 volt. Okay. We have 2 amp hour, we have 4 amp hour, and we have 5 amp hour. So maximum versatility there.
Okay, so basically you're going from something quite small and lightweight all the way through to something which you would use preferably when you're doing quite heavy work, like with this hammer drill, in other words.
That's exactly it. So the main thing about the 3 batteries themselves is that they're all compatible across the whole range. We currently have 6 drills within the M-Cube range, and we're currently adding to that with different tools, and there's going to be more releases later on this year.
Oh, that's brilliant. So in other words, if I buy this tool and I buy subsequent tools, I don't have to buy new batteries, they're all fit into each other.
Exactly, they're all going to work the same. So later on, you're only going to need to purchase the bodies only.
Oh, fantastic. That is so versatile, that makes things a lot easier.
Yeah, it definitely does. Having different batteries obviously means you have to have different chargers, and you have to keep buying more batteries and so forth when the others deteriorate.
Yep.
And that actually leads me on perfectly to the next point I really want to make about our battery system. So within the M-Cube range, we actually redesigned the tools from the ground up, and that's including the battery system itself, because we know this is actually probably the most important part around the tool.
Absolutely.
Because it's the power source.
Yep, 100%.
Now, the BMS we're currently using in this is actually one of the most advanced on the market right now. Now, the BMS is actually the system that controls all the electricity flow through the tool and even the way the battery charges.
Oh, fantastic. It's all integrated. They all link up to each other to make sure that when they do the job, it's doing the job the most efficient way possible.
That's exactly right. So with our BMS system in place, what we're giving you is we're giving you more protection around the battery itself, so it doesn't get overcharged, it doesn't overheat, the ions flow freely through the system itself.
Yep.
And it also works hand in hand with the motors in our system, giving them additional protection and making sure they receive a consistent voltage.
Brilliant. Yeah, because voltage drop is what destroys not only motors, but batteries as well.
Exactly, and inside the battery, if one of the cells inside gets damaged, you effectively eliminate the entire battery. So having a really good protection system around that means your batteries are going to be running a lot better, they're going to last longer as well. Now, inside the drill itself, and subsequently all of our others, we've actually redeveloped our motors. We've now moved over from brush to brushless, which is fantastic. Brilliant. So less maintenance required, okay?
Excellent.
But also we switched over to EC motors.
Okay.
Now, when you combine those with our battery management system, we're actually now producing a lot more power output, as well as lasting longer. So we're getting longer life, the tool's going to work a lot longer, and it's going to be a hell of a lot more efficient.
So basically, from every level from the ground up, there's been efficiencies made to improve the user experience at the end.
Exactly, that's exactly right. So what we'll do is, let's have a quick zoom in and then we'll start running through some of the features. Okay, so one of the first things about our new design is actually just how compact the machine is. So we've got a really nice lightweight, nice and powerful, compact hammer drill to use on site. And the one thing after using this drill that I really noticed is just how much longer you can use this drill without becoming fatigued.
Okay, and that's the one thing I wanted to point out as well. You can actually see right over here, this little connection over here, which is part of the anti-vibration handle of the system that's incorporated into the machine.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So the idea behind this little section here is actually, if I squeeze the device, you'll actually see, it's spring-loaded.
So it's like a shock absorber.
That's exactly it, and that's exactly what the machine's doing. So as the energy transfers through the machine, and obviously if you're using it in hammer drill mode, you get a lot of vibration.
Yep.
And those vibrations transfer up into your arm,
yep,
meaning you have to take rests more regularly.
Yep.
What this does, because we've got the shock absorber in there, it absorbs some of that vibration, some of that impact, meaning you can actually use the machine for longer periods of time.
Brilliant. And that's exactly what you need nowadays in construction, with health and safety being such a big, an important part of what you do. Having a machine which helps health and safety and helps you to do your job more efficiently over a period of time is going to make massive productivity gains.
Exactly. And we also know that time is money. So the more rest you have to take from using the machine, the longer the job's going to take itself.
Absolutely.
So the other anti-vibration system we've got on here as well is actually within the handle. So you'll notice you do get a really nice chunky rubberized handle, which gives you excellent grip when using the machine itself. And because of the rubber in there, that also gives us extra vibration cancellation.
Brilliant.
So also very simple to adjust. It's a twist handle, which means you don't have to unscrew some of those little dials you get sometimes, which can be a little bit of a nuisance. And that will go full 360 degrees around the machine, and all you have to do is twist to tighten back up.
Excellent. If you're wearing gloves, using fiddly little bits and pieces to untie and loosen is a nightmare. That's thick gloves, doesn't matter. Screw it loose, turn it around, tighten it back up, job done.
That's exactly it. And the other thing that I really like about the handle is actually the depth gauge on here as well. Now, usually the previous depth gauges I've used have a little nut on them, a little bolt to screw up to tighten. In our one, it can be operated one hand, and it's actually just a clip release system.
Oh, brilliant.
So just release the clip. We can then slide the depth gauge in, okay, and that locks into place there.
That's it, done.
Simple as that. And if I need to adjust, I can adjust one-handed. Simple as that.
Job done. So nice and secure, not going anywhere.
Exactly. Nice and secure, and really nice and simple.
One thing as well, this is actually a steel depth gauge. It's not like the plastic cheap ones.
No, exactly. It is steel, so heavy duty, long lasting. You're going to get a lot better use out of that, and there's no need to worry about them snapping.
Yep.
Because the plastic ones tend to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's actually happened at home with me, so it's nice to see that.
Now, as I mentioned before, we've got the rubberized handle, but also you'll see that actually that rubber actually translates across the entire machine, and that goes right through to the batteries as well.
Oh, great features. So if you are putting that on a slanted surface or a slippery surface, it's not going to slide.
That's exactly it. So if it's wet, oily, slippery, you're on a slope, you don't need to worry about your tools sliding away. And that, as I mentioned, that also translates to the bases of our batteries as well. So you can see that.
Yep, that's great.
Really, really useful. So currently this compact drill actually outputs 2.5 joules of power. So it is a lot of power there, okay? We actually have 3 different modes to choose from, which is adjustable via the dial.
Yep.
So really nice and simple to adjust, simply squeeze, turn. So we've got chisel mode, hammer mode,
and then standard drilling mode.
And standard drilling. Also,
okay. So quick one on that. You've got this SDS chuck on here. So having the drilling mode means, I assume, that there's going to be a standard chuck.
Yeah, so included, you also get a full metal chuck, which will take up to 13mm drill bits.
Brilliant.
Okay, and this is one thing I really do like about it. It's so simple to swap over. So you'll notice the red collar, okay? Anything red on the machine means it can be adjusted.
Okay, so actionable.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
There's an action behind it, and it's very, very simple. All we do, pull back the collar, and it's a quick release system.
Bang, done.
So take the SDS bit out.
Yep.
Pop that in, locks into place.
Secure.
There we go.
That's really
secure
quick.
as that. So super quick, super easy to change. It's an SDS Plus.
Yep.
Okay, so it will take the plus size SDS bits.
Yep.
Okay, and like I said, really easy. This chuck will take up to 13mm drill bits.
Okay.
That also leads me on to some of my next stats about the machine. So this will drill into steel, maximum 13mm.
13, that's decent size, yeah.
Yeah, but on the SDS Plus chuck, we can go up to 26mm directly into concrete.
Wow, 26 is pretty big for a compact machine.
Yeah, so it's about an inch bit we can do with this machine.
Brilliant.
As I mentioned, we've got the 3 different modes, and one of the other features I really like, if I space that round and I'll move the handle, okay, we've also got the illumination on the front there as well.
Fantastic.
So we actually get the work light there, which is going to illuminate our work. So even working in dark places, we still get that functionality.
You can think about basements, etc., high up, low in basements, at night when you're doing some work as well. Just a little extra light to help illuminate what you're doing is going to make your job more efficient as well. Yeah,
no, that's exactly it. So like I mentioned before, these drills are also using the new EC motors. So when you combine that with the battery system, with the EC brushless motor, we're getting a really nice output here. Very, very efficient machine.
Yeah, and it's great to see the development that's come on, because I remember the older range and this one, and there's a night and day difference in just in terms of look, but also in functionality, efficiency, power, they're all there.
Exactly, that's it. And what I really like about, even though I mentioned the chuck, I just want to reiterate, it is full metal. And the nice thing I like about it as well, it actually has a locking click. So if I tighten that up, I'm not sure if you can hear that. Close to that. You actually get it, it locks in place.
So there's an audible note when you've actually click, it's in place, job done, I can hear that. What I am noticing as well, Craig, about this is the fact that everything looks very friendly in terms of being used with gloves.
Yep.
You know, you're not going to kind of have to take the gloves off to do anything. You can change them quickly. Everything's accessible. The buttons are nice and clearly demarcated. Changing the direction backwards and forwards is simple. It's not hidden away behind anything as well. Everything is quick and easy to adjust. Yeah, I must say, very, very nice machine.
Yeah, so one other thing I did just notice that I also want to go through is if you look on the side here, okay, and on the batteries as well, we actually have a little Wi-Fi symbol. So let me just zoom back in. So as you can see down here, we have this little, it almost looks like a Wi-Fi symbol, okay?
Okay, yeah.
It's not actually Wi-Fi. This isn't a Wi-Fi drill. You know, it doesn't have, it doesn't have a hotspot inside it or anything like that.
On my apps on there for my, new beautiful drill.
Yeah, not quite. But what this actually is, this is actually for an RFD chip inside.
Yep.
And what this actually does, this actually produces, it basically has an electronic tag inside. So what this is, the electronic tag gives us the actual model serial number of the machine itself. So it's really handy for tracking purposes and also identification purpose. So rather than having to look at the serial number in the tiny writing on the label here, what you can actually do is hover your phone over the device. Android phones work really well with this, and what will happen is the actual serial number will show up straight away. Will actually pop up. So really good for the so if you have to send away for repair, if we need to get your warranty number, or sorry, your machine's reference number, we can get it straight away from that.
Also, if you're on site as well and you've got multiple people working with tools, if you're assigning a tool to a specific person and there's a mix-up, you can quickly check which one's which.
Exactly, and you can do it electronically, which makes it really, really useful. Now that is also present on our batteries. So if I just show you the underside of the battery, you can see again, we have the little symbol there. So if we take our phone in here and hover it over, there we go. So you'll actually see that's the actual unique serial number for this specific battery. So I really like that feature because it just means we can track our tools. And also, as we know, in the day and age we're in now, sometimes that can be a really valuable asset because when tools go missing, it's a massive cost to ourselves. So it's not going to sort of maybe sort of decrease thefts or things like that, but it's going to be a great way for us to maybe help identify our tools.
Exactly, and for insurance purposes as well, you've got the serial numbers down, you've got the electronically stored, perfect. If something does go wrong and they do happen to find the tools, then at least they can match them up, and it'll help insurance companies as well.
Exactly, it's just a nice little touch that I personally think is actually quite a nice thing. I know I would use that in terms of tracking my tools and especially my batteries. Yeah. And like you said, if multiple people are using the same tools, the same batteries on site, you can very easily identify whose is who without having to put paint or markings on your tools themselves. Because sometimes, whilst that's really handy, I think it ruins the nice look of the tools.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of white tools painted completely white.
Yeah, I've seen that as well. I used to have an old boss who used to slather it in white, and I used to go, ugh, it just ruins the look of it. But why? Yeah, just to identify. One final thing as well, just to show you about the SDS chuck. Yep. Really, really simple to actually utilise with the drill bits. So this is actually a twist click, motion.
Okay, so not pull back anymore, but it was, that was tricky to use.
Yeah, so standard SDS Plus bit, pop that in, and then one click.
Done. Oh, perfect. Yeah, that's not going anywhere.
Yeah, so really easy again. So you've got the pull release collar.
Yep.
To change the bit over. Yep, for the whole chuck. And then you've got twist to unlock.
Twist to lock.
Yeah, so it's a really, really simple system to use.
Perfect. And again, keep going back to that, but great for use with gloves. That's the thing. You don't want to sit there pulling gloves off the whole time to try to work things.
No, you are 100% right. That is the one thing I've noticed about the M-Cube range in its entirety, even across the other products. It's very glove friendly. Yeah. And when we say glove friendly, what I mean is even if you've got a pair of thick gloves on, it's still very simple to get your hand around the trigger and have good control to adjust
forwards and backwards.
Yeah, forwards and backwards, or lock in the middle, Also changing the chuck over, adjusting the handle, adjusting the dial between drill, hammer and chisel. When you're wearing thick gloves, that can sometimes be a little bit too tricky.
Yeah.
But with ours, what I found is very, very easy of use. It's a very ergonomic design.
Yeah, they've literally like they've gone to the user and gone like, right, what would you like to have as features on the drill to make your life easier? And we've listened to that and put them onto the machines.
That's it. And our M-Cube range is all about giving it back to our customers, making sure we are giving you the best possible tool we can physically make at this time.
Ultimately, we want to make the tool a pleasure to use, so you want to use the tool more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you mentioned gloves.
Yep.
We're going to give the tool a quick go and a quick demo on here. But first of all, we do need to PP up, health and safety.
Absolutely.
So we do have some gloves on the sides here. So do you want to take us through the gloves, Chuck, while I put these on?
Yeah, absolutely. So these are our Tiger Flex gloves, right? And as you can see on the actual palms, you've actually got like a tiger print pattern on that. That's very distinctive, it stands out, and also it's quite clever because all the actual contact points here, these actually help to make contact and give you better grip on your tools or on the components that you're using. So in all the areas where you've actually got your muscles at work, these are in those particular areas. What's also nice about these is that you can use them on a touchscreen.
So you can even use them for like your mobile phone, devices, things like that?
Absolutely. So if you are on site and you realize I'm running short of anchors, you can obviously then pull out the Worth app.
Yep.
Keep your glove on and actually order your stock on our app, push order and continue with your job. So I know it may seem like a small thing, but it's a hell of an irritation each time you've got to try to actually take your glove off. On the back, as you can see as well, it's actually got the polyurethane coating, which it doesn't cover the entire finger, and that idea is to have an open back, nice and comfortable, regulates your temperature, you don't end up with sweaty, manky hands, which is fantastic from a comfort perspective, and also, as you can feel there as well, very flexible. So
they definitely are. Yeah, they definitely feel nice and light.
Yep.
On the hand, because I know that some of the more thicker, tighter gloves, after a while you get hand fatigue.
Yes.
Especially if you're having to pick things like bricks up all day long, things like that. Your hands, after a while, they do start to get fatigued. So anything that can help reduce that, it's going to be beneficial.
Absolutely. Right? I mean, the thing is, with a thick glove like that, you're flexing this way, out and in, and if you do that constantly, it does cause that fatigue, as mentioned as well. Other thing with that is the sensitivity of the fingers. You can actually pick up smaller items with that as well and maintain good feel. So even if you drop something, there we go, I'll grab something off the shelf over there as well. There you go.
Okay, so
a couple of screws.
Yeah, very easy to pick up. Yeah, you can definitely feel the sensitivity. I can really actually grab just the little tips of those, no problem whatsoever. So really useful.
So that's been quite a revelation for us. Our customers have really, really enjoyed them. Durability is very high on these as well. So what you can do with these, once they start getting a bit dirty and manky from, like we mentioned, the sweat earlier, etc. Eventually, you can pop them into the washing machine, let them dry, pull them out, and use them again.
Brilliant. So reusable as well.
Yeah. So cost savings. So if you buy yourself a couple of 3 pairs, use them over a couple of days, wash them, bring them back in, use them. Brilliant.
And also notice we've got the colour banding on here as well.
That's true. Yep, the colour banding on that is actually to denote the different sizes. So that black band there is a size 10.
Yep.
I've got our Cut 5 gloves, which are cut-resistant gloves as well, as you can see. You've also still got the Tiger Flex, but you can see the white banding that's on there as well. All right, so the white banding, that's a size 9.
Okay.
All right. So, if you are working in environments where you need to protect your hands, glass, sharp edges, sharp pieces of metal, etc. The Cut 5s gloves are there for you as well.
Yeah, and the nice thing about the Tiger Flex range as well is that there is such a variety in there that there's going to be a glove there for you, regardless of what application you're doing. The Tiger Flex range is really versatile. It's a great product to look at.
So even some high-vis gloves as well. So if you're working in environments where you need high-visibility clothing, top to toe, you can actually get gloves for that as well.
Really useful.
All right. For current weather conditions as well, very cold at the moment.
Yep.
Looking at -5 possibly tonight. We've actually got a thermal glove as well in the Tiger Flex range.
So there's thermal versions of these also?
Correct. So
Brilliant.
It's great for current weather conditions, cold conditions, working outdoors. Perfect. It's got a nice fleece lining on the inside, keeps you nice and comfortable as well.
Brilliant. Sounds good. Okay, so what about eyewear? Because obviously I'm going to need some eyewear.
Well, not to steal the limelight, but we do have these. These look like a pair of sunglasses, but actually they're a pair of safety glasses. F-rated, UV 400 as well, polycarbonate lens, anti-fog. I mean, we can keep going on with the spec, but a lovely, lovely set. Even has an adjustable nose piece as well. So if you have a look closer right over there, you've got this adjustable nose piece right over here, which means you can adjust it for all shapes and sizes.
And I also notice on those as well, we've got a metal frame.
Yes, all right. So, you know, from a durability factor, normally these are plastic or polycarbonate framed.
Yeah.
They will go. These are been designed to last that much longer. And also, I mean, just from a style perspective, it looks pretty good. I quite like that too.
Yeah, they are really nice looking, to be fair. So
top class optics as well. So when you pop them on, you can literally see. It's like putting on a really nice pair of sunglasses, really high-end pair of sunglasses. I quite like these. I might get myself a pair, actually. Don't hold me to that.
Okay.
But on top of that, that's sort of one area. We have got the full goggle versions as well. That'll actually cover you completely. So if you're wearing a pair of glasses, these are ideal. They're nice and wide, so you don't have to kind of worry about taking off your glasses.
Vented as well.
Vented as well, correct.
So no steaming up.
No steaming up on the inside, scratch resistant. But what I particularly like about these Andromedas is the fact that if you do scratch these up, right, you can actually then remove the lenses. There we go. Just pull that out. There we go. And you can replace those with fresh
So you don't need to buy a whole new set of goggles?
No, you just replace those.
Really handy.
Yep.
Like that.
Excellent. All right, pop that aside over there.
Okay, so let's just clear some of these little bits out, and then we'll go on to demo.
Oh, that's going to be good.
Okay, so we've just moved a few bits out of the way, and what I'm going to do is we've got a nice concrete block here, so I'm just going to go straight into the concrete block just to show you how versatile the drill is and how easy of use it is as well. So pop my safety glasses on.
Oh, beautiful. You look good, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Okay, so again, the twist handle makes it really easy for me to adapt and actually adapt to a position where I'm going to be comfortable, because I am going to have to come in at a bit of an awkward angle here. Okay, so just make sure I've got my dial as well set to hammer and drill, which I do, which is great. And again, even though I'm wearing gloves, really easy to use, and also change the direction. So you can see the directional selector, very easy to do. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll jump across. There we go, and let's give it a go. Nice and easy as that.
Beautiful. So you were using the Duo drill bit on that one, all right? That's the Worth Duo.
Yep, so I see you've got two kits out here for us, Shark. Do you want to take
indeed.
us through the difference? We'll go into those.
Absolutely. All right, so over here we've actually got the Duo, and it's quite simple when we talk about the Duo. It's an SDS Plus Duo because it's got two cutting edges, all right? And what we've done with our cutting edges is actually aggressively grind those with asymmetrical grinds on them, so they've got different tips, little tips built into them on each side, so you actually get the best possible contact point with the most possible tips doing the aggressive drilling. All right, so a very effective braking from that as well, and with a special flute to actually pull out all the dirt in the bottom. So this is your Duo, good for standard concrete masonry, etc.
Yeah.
If you're doing reinforced concrete, you've got to be careful. The next step up you go to would be the Quadro, because the Quadro has 4 cutting edges. And having 4 cutting edges means that having this really open angle, if it should come up against a piece of rebar and catch, which could stop the actual drill bit, having 4 tips means that angle's much smaller, you've got less chance of it actually catching on, and actually it's much safer.
Got it.
Yeah, but also you've got 4 flutes. So as you can see over there, that means it's going to pull out more of the actual broken bits out of the hole to leave you with a cleaner finish.
So it almost has sort of better waste management, pulling it out.
Yeah, exactly. So cleaning the hole up will be a lot better. I mean, for all intents and purposes, they do the same job, but this is much more effective in your reinforced concrete in comparison to that one over there as well.
And I know these are our Zebra Line Quadro bits as well, and these are actually very suitable and actually are recommended to use with our drill. Yeah.
I mean, they've been designed in such a way that they're very, very efficient. We talk about efficiency from from the bottom up, talk about redesigning the machines. Well, these bits are ideal for use in these machines because they've been designed to work as effectively as possible. So there we go.
Brilliant. Okay. And these are 2 assortments?
Yes, so these are full assortments, as you can see over here, from 5 to 12 mil on both of them. But we also do them individually, so you can buy them in individual sizes depending on what you're doing. So whether you're actually drilling a hole that's only 65 deep or a hole that's 300 deep, we've got the different lengths in the different sizes available as well.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, and I also noticed, obviously, on the drill, we've got chisel function. Chisels?
Yes. Yep, and actually, we actually have some chisels here for you as well.
Let's move these out.
I'll get these out the way. Let's get the others over.
Okay, so we've got 2 here.
And there's something special.
Okay, so we've got standard spade chisel there as well, which is ours. So these are our long life and speed versions, okay? And the first thing you'll notice is actually the chevrons cut out.
Yeah, I noticed that. What difference does that make?
So if you look down the side, you'll see it's not actually perfectly straight. You can see it almost has like a wave pattern to it.
Yep.
Now the purpose of this is actually so the chisel doesn't get jammed or stuck.
Okay, which happens.
Yeah,
Yep.
So not having that completely flat surface and parallel surface to one another, it means because you've got the chevrons and almost it's very faint, but there's a little wavy line,
Yep.
It means there's less contact points along the flat, so less likely of jamming. These are also self-sharpening, so it means again, you get long life out of these. They're more durable, more efficient.
Exactly, and who wants to do tons of tool changes on site? One tool does the job all day, perfect.
And it's the exact same on our point bit as well.
Yep.
So these are SDS Plus. They also come in SDS Max version as well for the larger sizes.
Big breakers, yeah.
Yeah. So we have got a bit of a demo set up for these. So let's get these swapped out and we'll give it another go.
Brilliant.
Yep. So what we'll do is now we'll just swap over to the spade chisel bit. Like I mentioned before, so easy to change our bits over. So it's just a quarter turn. Okay. Click,
yep.
Unlocks. Simple as that.
Here you go.
Thank you very much.
I can hear the angels singing already.
Pop that in. Quarter turn click. That is now locked in place. Okay?
Done.
So one other feature I want to show you as well real quick. Okay, if I flip it over, what you'll see, thank you. Move that one out of the way for us as well.
Yep, no problem.
Brilliant. So on our actually selector mode here on the wheel, at the moment I've got it set to actual chisel function. But a quarter turn back, there's actually an additional mode there for us.
Right, so that means you can turn it back and then...
So what happens is we turn it back a quarter turn.
Click, I heard that, yeah.
And what that will then do, allow us to freely rotate
beautiful.
our chisel to get it into the exact position we require. Turn it the full way to chisel mode.
Completely locked.
Completely locked in place.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Yep.
Really easy function, particularly if you're working on those awkward surfaces and you don't want your chisel twisting around all the time because you end up chasing it otherwise.
Yeah, little gouge in the...
That's it. But having that locked in place, really useful.
Perfect.
So, back. So we've got our tiles set up here just to give you a quick demonstration. So I'm just going to tilt that down. So I'm going to put my glasses back on.
Oh, love that.
Okay, and once again, having the easy adjustable handle means I can get my perfect position I require to get in there and still keep secure of the machine itself. So we're all set up, ready to go. Go. So I went pretty heavy on that, but I tell you what, after using that, the one thing I could really feel, you can really feel the impact actually being absorbed.
By the vibration dampening system.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
You do not feel it translating into your arm.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to explain unless you actually feel it yourself, but it's such a comfortable machine to use and you just don't actually feel those vibrations going up into your arm.
Well, I must say I was slightly jealous when I saw the destruction derby you had going there, Craig, but that looked very simple and straightforward.
Yeah, really simple. You can definitely feel the chisel biting in as well, really effectively, getting underneath those tiles, even stripping off the mortar as well.
I saw that, yeah, it was quite simple.
It was very, very simple to do. So, really pleased with that.
Yeah.
It's a good tool.
Loving it as well.
So, we do have a couple more demonstrations to show off as well with this machine. So what we'll do is we'll sort of reset it and put it back. I'm going to take the chisel back out. And what we'll do is we'll actually swap over to our quadro bit now.
Beautiful. So you got the quadro there?
Yeah.
Ah, lovely.
So one click again, turn. We'll adjust back into hammer drill modes. Okay. Right. So one thing we're going to talk about is what I've made here, which is a little bit of a mess. Yeah. So what I do want to do, I actually want to sweep some of this up just quickly. So we're just going to move some of the dust out, okay? Because what I want to show, get rid of that, great. So we actually have another accessory to go on. And what we actually have a VAX. attaches directly onto the drill itself. So I'm just going to take the bit out.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, so this is actually a dust extraction unit we have, which actually attaches directly to our drill, okay? There is no internal power supply inside.
So it's powered by the machine?
Exactly, it's actually powered by the SDS drill itself.
Awesome.
So very, very simple to set up and connect together.
So quite lightweight then in comparison. Yeah, that's very light.
Yep, very nice and lightweight. A few features which I'll run through on the fax machine when I get it attached. So very, very simple. All we do, we just move the handle out of the way here, okay? And on the front here, what you'll notice is there's actually multiple connectors.
So 4 slots.
4 slots. All we do is quite simply
click.
That's it.
It's in.
Easy as that.
Done.
So if I start the drill up, you'll actually hear the vacuum go.
Oh.
Yeah? Hear that? And again, because we've covered up the light on the front of the machine now,
yes, we have.
We're actually replaced by, again, we still have an LED light in the front there.
Excellent.
So you're not losing out any of the functionality of the drill itself.
Brilliant.
Okay, so this is absolutely perfect for anybody who's going into, it could be public property, anywhere into buildings, classrooms, homes, hospitals, anywhere where you want to keep the dirt a minimal.
Yeah.
This is going to be a great feature and attachment for you.
The other big thing is you're not lugging around big vacuum cleaners, special industrial vacuum cleaners up and down stairs, etc. It's a very compact unit.
Yeah, it's a great accessory to add on to the compact drill here. So what we'll do is as well, let me just zoom in, just give you a bit of a closer look. So you can see that mechanism there, okay, clicking it in place. And again, very easy to actually remove. On the sides here, you can see the release button. So all we do, push that in, slides out.
Brilliant.
And again, just to click that back in, it lines up, snaps in place, and that's that connection made.
Simple,
so really, really simple. On the underside, okay, we actually have the filter system. So you can see our 2 red tabs. Let's bring that down. And all that happens is, you want to pinch that, Shark? There you go. There's our dust collector. So that filter is washable. We can remove that out, pour out our dust.
Yeah. The top over there.
And empty it. There you go, as he makes a mess on the table already.
Which you don't see, look at that. Oh.
So let's pop that back in. Brilliant. So what we've also got, I'll move it this way, we've actually got as well, we have 2 adjusters here. We've got, let's spin it around. So we've got a depth gauge, depth stop, with tape measure, so we can really accurately measure the distance we want to actually drill a hole out to.
Perfect.
But also, our starting point on our drill bits themselves, you may actually need to adjust the distance of where the vacuum starts. So on the opposing side, again, we have a red lever that allows us to adjust the starting point of the vacuum.
Yeah.
Because what we don't want is the vacuum being longer than the drill bit, because then we can't actually get it aligned.
Yeah, and you don't want the drill bit sticking out the front too far as well, and the dust starts to drop down.
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll pop that in just to give a bit of a demo. So that will just slot in, 1 click to lock. But as you can see, there's about 1.5 inch distance between the start of the vacuum and the tip of the drill bit.
Correct.
So what we can do, we can extend that out. Not the whole way so it's covered, because obviously we still want to have our sort of center punch point. Make sure the contact point is exactly where we want. So we'll set our depth gauge to 2 inches there, or 50 mil. And what we'll do is we'll do a bit of a comparison with and without the vacuum, I think.
Yeah, I think that's important.
Because I think that will really show just how effective it is. So let's come back out. So what we'll do is we'll take the drill out. There we go. Get the glasses on, and we'll basically do 2 holes, and what we can do is we'll then compare the mess on the matting afterwards.
Perfect.
All right.
Got it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so hole number 1, we'll go into here. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Actually, let's swap camera angles. There we go,
yeah,
that's better.
Much
okay,
better.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Whoa.
So, as you see, a bit of a dust, a little bit of mess there. Okay, now let's repeat the same process. So we can see the dust down here. Let's sweep that up quick. Let's brush that out of the way so we can get a good comparison. You know what? I've actually got a better idea.
Just flip it round.
Let's flip the mat over and get a fresh piece.
Flip the script, Craig. Flip the script.
So we'll pop our drill in. That lines. There we go. So
Beautiful.
make sure our vac is working. Lovely. And we'll go again. So we'll go right next door. Let's go. You know what? I can probably actually rest it right against it. Thank you. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Well, well, well.
And voila.
Beautiful.
So you can really see the benefits there. Minimal mess afterwards. And of course, if we take out the filter, there we go. There's our mess. So you can see just how effective that actually is. It's a really great system to be using.
Yeah, I love that. That just makes things so much easier. I just think to myself, if I was doing this DIY work at home, I wouldn't be sitting with a wife moaning at me.
Yeah, okay. If that's what you say,
or the foreman, or the person that's actually in the hospital ward.
Yeah, no. I mean, you can definitely see the applications here for this. I think it's just a great attachment that just makes cleanup easy.
Yeah.
And we all hate cleanup. It's definitely the worst part of any job. So really valuable asset to go on here as well.
Excellent, excellent, and great having the washable filters, so you don't have to worry about replacing those. Pull them out, wash them, let them dry, pop them back in, job done.
That's exactly it. Really simple. So SDS drill plus the vacuum attachment, really, really valuable to have. So all in all, that almost brings us to the end of our session. A couple of final things to note is battery charger for the battery units, okay? It's nice, small and compact, okay? You've also got your LED indicators on here to tell you exactly the condition of your battery and how well it's charging. On a traditional 5 amp hour battery, you've got about a 45-minute fast time charge.
Okay.
Okay, so these are fast chargers. So really valuable, really useful to use. And then finally, also a nice handy case, yeah, to put your drill in and keep it all together and nice and neat. These are our Aussie boxes, okay? The best thing about this range as well, you can either buy it as a kit,
Yep.
but you can also get everything individually as well.
Ah, so I can actually pick what I want from this.
You can pick and choose. It's almost like that pick and mix scenario. So if you only want to get the drill body, you can do so. If you want to get the drill and a couple of batteries, if you want 10 batteries, if you only want the drill, battery and box, even the insert case inside the box is optional. So you don't have to buy a whole new tool set and have maybe 4, 5, 6 chargers with every tool. You can mix and match, pick and choose.
That's actually pretty good, because if you think about it, you buy, let's say you start off with a full set. You got everything in there.
Yeah.
Next time I need to buy anything, I might just actually want to buy, because say I choose 2 or 3 batteries for this drill. I just need to buy the drill body next time, because I've got enough batteries to swap between them. I don't have to sit with multiple batteries, multiple chargers, as you mentioned as well.
Yeah, so yeah. It's a really good feature about our range. So the M-Cube system itself, really versatile, fantastic battery management system in there. When you combine that with the new brushless motors that we're now providing in our tools, you get a really, really efficient, powerful, long-lasting tool.
100%. And it's good that we've got all the supporting material that goes with the tool, not just the tool itself, but as we've mentioned, eye protection, gloves,
all the
SDS
accessories, the full range.
Yeah.
We at Worth can obviously provide you with everything you need.
Brilliant.
So that brings us to the end of our session. We really hope you've enjoyed it, and we really cannot wait to see you in the next one. So thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.